Hey class, today I'm going to show you something fun, new, and interesting. So what I have here open is a block, and not just any block, but it's going to be the block that we created back when we started 3D modeling. This was the first thing I actually had you build. Remember the old Stonehenge block? Well, this is it. So go back to that tutorial, remake it. At this point in your 3D modeling career, you should be able to knock this thing out in like 5-10 minutes tops, if that. All right, so here we go. I'm going to assume that you're all back from having just recreated the block or finding your old one. So first thing we need to do here is I'm going to take this and I'm going to throw this into another program to sculpt details on it. And so I'm going to be subdividing it. And as soon as that happens, we're going to be doing something similar to this over here under subdivision surfaces, where you do use NURM subdivisions. And it's going to instantly go to mush. So one thing we got to do is we got to prep our model for that. So I'm just going to come up here, and I already floated out my edit, and I got my Swift loop. So I'm just going to turn that on, and right here at the base, I want to add an extra loop. So that now when I turn on my NURMs, see how it preserves its base at the bottom there? The rest of it kind of go into mush like that, that's fine. I just kind of want to have this basic block shape. Alright, so before I do anything else, I'm going to unwrap it. So this object originally started life as a box. So it had some basic UVs, but as soon as I got in there and started modeling it, everything kind of fell apart. As soon as I started chamfering, got all these weird edges showing up. So unwrap UVW is not the way to start. So I'm going to dump him and put a UVW map on. Set it to Y and hit fit. Hey, look at that. Let's just square that off. 200 by 200. Right click, convert to edit poly. Oops, we did edit mesh. We want to convert to edit poly now. So what we're going to do next here is now we're going to put on an unwrap UVW, and we're going to unwrap this model. So I'm going to start by grabbing the bottom of it, these polygons right here, and I'm going to peel them. And then take that, just rotate that a little bit. Pack custom now. I'm going to go ahead and grab the edges that make up the bottom, and I'm going to convert those over to edge seams. Okay. And now what I want to do is I'm going to start defining some seams so I can unfold the rest of this block. So I'll probably use my point to point here and just kind of point to point. I'm going to come from that triangle all the way down. And the same thing over here. Triangle down. And do the same thing over here. Oops. Turn on point to point. Triangle down. Triangle down. Alright, let's see what happens. Select that polygon, expand selection, and peel. Well, geez, looks like that could have gone a lot better. I think I might have missed a spot. And it looks like I most certainly did. So let's just turn on manual and manually come in here and click this guy. Click this guy. This guy. And apparently the other one I obviously missed. Okay, this is going to go a lot better this time. So turn off. There we go. Expand my selection and peel it. That's what I was looking for. No weird looking windmill thing. Alright, relax. Set it to polygon angles. Start relax. That's pretty good. It occurs to me that it might be better if I could preserve some of these seams on the outside. So instead, I'm just going to grab this polygon right here. And actually, let's convert that to poly. The reason I did that is I'm going to be doing a little stitching and a little peeling and changing things up. And I didn't want to have to go through the trouble of removing all those peel seams that I had before. So by baking it in, they're all gone. And so all I have are map seams now. Alright, let's grab these guys, and I'm going to break this and stitch them together. Same with his friend over here. Grab this, break it, and stitch it. Well, let's just grab this guy over here too. We'll take him, break him, and stitch him over there. All right. Now, okay, so let's just go through. We'll stitch the rest of these guys together here. This will only take a moment. I'm just using Stitch Custom to stitch them together. It's like magic. They're all coming together very nicely. Quite nicely. Alright. Go in, Tools, Relax, by Polygon Angle. Hey, look at that. Alright, let's rotate this guy. Come on, move over there. Rotate it a little bit. I want to try and fit him in there as best I can. Okay, and just fit this guy in. He's the bottom of the block, so he can probably be shrunk a little bit because you're really not going to see him as much. So I'm just going to force him in there. Okay, one last thing. No reason I can't weld that together. I just use the shortcut for weld selected, which is Control W. Weld selected can be found right over here. Remember, Control W is the shortcut. All right. So here we go. I've gone in and I've unwrapped UVs on this. So I'm going to take this guy, convert to an edit poly to make those permanent. And I'm going to save. And then I'm going to file, export selected to that same folder for the block. I'm going to change to OBJ. I'm going to call this block underscore LP and save. So now I'm going to use a preset for ZBrush. All right. So let's go ahead and we're going to export that out. That's done. And I'm going to close Max.